Science, like nature, must also be tamed. We have an action-packed episode for you today. We're about to do the morning roundup, but we're gonna do each item as an unnecessary 90s action movie sequel. A snake river runs through it. 2. The Reckoning. What David can do. 3. Resurrections. Son of T-Rex. 4. Electric Boogaloo. Milkshake the Gathering. The Milkshake returns. The Einstein Next Door. The next chapter. Sharknado 6. Sharkier and NATO-ier. Son of Sharknado 6. Even Sharknier and NATO-ier. A lid for my coffee. Unrated. Crouching M3 Hidden Dragon. The legend continues. Starring David Carradine. Just took a photo set with the custom blue ice cream, yogurt thing, whatever. But we're gonna package it real quick and get it taken to Klein's because that is a priority order right there. Another happy customer in the making. Okay, this is maybe the nicest day of the year. I know I said that a few days ago, but this is incredibly nice. We are definitely going on a walk today. Dropping off the kiddo. Okay, so you guys know about the burrito place, right? Well, last time I was there, he launched a new thing on Tuesdays and Thursdays, which is both of those are dollar taco days. And today is Thursday, so we are going to get some really good tacos from the burrito place. Maybe it's gonna be the taco place now, I don't know. I am very excited for this, and I'm going to be tipping on top of the normal price because $1 per taco is just insanely cheap. And that guy deserves more money. Mon chéri amour. Dude, the body is ready and the spirit is willing. These things, so good. Delicioso. Oh man, so good. I cannot recommend this place enough. Being fully satiated with tacos, it is now time to get paint. What? Back at the shop, time to package a couple things. Little orange violin guy. This is a little random, but I just heard an advertisement for a pharmaceutical that just said, it literally just said this. I think it was called something like Vyepti or something like that. It said in the disclaimer section, don't take if allergic to Vyepti. Common side effects include allergic reaction. Don't take if you're allergic to it. Also, you might be allergic to it. How am I gonna know if I'm allergic to it without taking it? Does anybody know how that works? Time to package this guy. What a gorgeous piece of wall art. Painting the eyes on the shark. Painting the eyes on the shark. Time to package big blue sharky. Time for the big black D20 can. Always an attractive item. Let's package big gray sharky. We got the blue cone listed. It's pretty glorious. And we also picked a winner for the cookie. He's very happy. And yeah, you're gonna get some cookie action coming on pretty soon.
Here, of course, Moai headphone stand, a beautiful. And we've got a ukulele hanger. So something I've been meaning to talk about again for a while is I keep track of my daily expenses, and I started doing this something like a year ago. The idea was to reduce my daily spending, which was rather effective. So every time I spend money, I make a note in my phone and I do it by category. I won't get into the details too much, but we have different categories here. Then that, of course, is added up for a daily total. And then at the end of every month, we calculate the daily total. And that's what this chart is. So this started December. This would have been of 03. Maybe I can write that. This is all of last year, and this is this January and this February. And as you can see, these last 2 months, my expenses did go up a bit, and I was being a little more spendy. We made a bunch of money over Christmas. Now, during Christmas season, of course, that's November and December primarily, and you can see my daily totals. This is $24, $23 a day. They were pretty low. Part of it was because I was very, very busy. And yeah, I've spent a bit more, and I really want to get this sub $30. So that's something to do. I have been buying nice cheap groceries, which I think is going to help here. And that's a little bit more of a recent thing. But as you can see, if we compare to January or February of last year, I have reduced it significantly since then. You can see that's these bars. And to be fair, in December, you know, my expenses were extremely high. I was probably getting like delivery food quite a bit, which is something I used to do a lot during Christmas season, but we effectively changed that habit, and it really did pay off, or it saved off, let's say. So yeah, all this is to say, I could get this a little bit lower, but we have made an actual measurable lifestyle change here. So that's nice. I talked about this before. What's included in this data is basically every time I get my card out or cash and buy something. Includes the morning coffee. So some business expenses are in here. There's not that many business expenses. I don't have that many business expenses in general at this point. I mean, I make my own bubble wrap. I do have to buy the film and stuff, but I don't have a lot of business expenses. Anything I buy online, I don't include in this, because this is really, I'm trying to sort of statistically control myself. You know, this is impulse inhibition, and there are some business expenses that aren't exactly voluntary, but I'm still doing the act of handing my card over. So that's why we include this. It's a behavioral thing. But if you're trying to save money, I recommend doing this sort of thing. I break it down according to whatever the relevant categories are for me. Maybe your categories might be a little bit different. Really, it's mostly like food and things like that. Obviously, thrift store trips factor into that, which we limit it. You know, the goal here isn't to just never spend money. It's more like to be sort of mindful about it and pay attention. I'm still barely spending $1,000 per month, which this doesn't include rent. Like I said, it doesn't include those big kind of expenses, but that's not bad. So yeah, financially, you know, between this, you know, curbing the impulses a little bit, being more intentional about things, I'm reducing my operating costs in general, and obviously business is better than it normally would be. That means that I'm doing quite well, but it's all three of those things are like part of the equation. This is definitely like what you want to do, especially if you're a business owner, or really regardless. It's like get the income up and simultaneously see if you can squeeze down those expenses quite a bit and keep track. Like Tony Robbins says, that which you do not measure, you cannot control. I mean, it's kind of borne out in the data here. Like, I wasn't measuring my daily expenses at all before. And you can see, like, right away, you get a pretty sharp decline. You know, I was spending more than I really thought I was, basically, when I started doing this. And it didn't take long before you start noticing like, oh, yep, I'm kind of spending more than I really want myself to be spending. So I wish these two numbers were better. This was obviously a pretty sharp and pretty nice decline here. So I could do better, but I'm not even sure what the goal is. I guess I want to get under $1,000 of expenses per month. But anyway, that's a little overview. This is how I do it, and I can tell you it does work. Oh yeah, before we move on, I'll give you what the categories are. I kind of said this, but you know, anytime I go out to eat or get coffee or anything like that, or the tacos like we got today, that's in one of these slots. Then of course we have groceries, which are, you know, I don't eat out that much, even the small stuff. So the groceries are a bigger expense at this point. We've got gas, then anything that's fun. Sometimes I put stuff like haircuts in there because I don't know what else it would be, but you know, we got the thrift trips and things like that are in fun. And then the business expenses for what I'm doing, really all that is like spray paint. Spray paint and like the boxes that I buy. That's pretty much the two things. Sometimes I gotta get like screws or bolts or something. But these are the kind of business expenses that I put in here. Like I said, that's not really an impulse thing. It's just the fact that it's tied to like actually buying in person is why I put it in here. All that being said though, when you think about it, $1,000 a month for all of that isn't bad, especially considering how expensive stuff is. I mean, we could probably factor inflation into this in the last year. So like I said, I want it to be more optimal than it is, but you know, I'm right at about $33 a month, and that's not bad for all of those things, you know. All right, time to get painting some stuff. We do have a Sharky boy right here. And we've got another Chinese lion. And we've got the big T-Rex skull. And we've got a little people. And we've got a David. All right, let's get some befores. These Moais here. We already did the black layer for the skull. That guy's going silver. Did the black layer for David. Then we're doing the Sharko colors. This is going black. It's getting orange eyes too, interestingly. Never sold an orange eye guitar snake before. And like on the same day, or almost the same day, two of them sold. And this guy's going blue. And after a couple of Moais, skull looking good. Silver hippo. Of course, we got our David guy, Sharky, the guitar snake, and this guy is extremely blue. Ba-da-dee-ba-ba-da. All right, we're still rearranging stuff. I was gonna not do this and turn in early, but we always go the extra mile here at M3 is 3D. So I think we're putting the shelf here. This is the former Blender thing, former Blender scaffold. We're about to throw away a lot of this stuff, but I'm just gonna scooch it on over here. We're putting the new shelf here, and then we're going to take the stuff that's in here and put it on the shelf. All right, basically got everything cleared out of the front of here. This is where the desks are gonna go. That's enough for today. Ugh, feels good to get that done. You know, I realized that I forgot to take a walk today. Said I was going to, then I just straight up didn't. Hopefully tomorrow is nice. A lot of big stuff has been selling lately. Feel pretty grateful for that. You know, when I first started, it makes me think to when I was first getting into making big things. I put a lot of effort into that, and I was really not convinced that it was gonna work. You know, like, obviously I was selling smaller things, normal size things, and it just seemed, it was so hard to figure out how to get things to print consistently at that size. Plus I'm making my own filament and all of that. Plus it was just hard to find things that are large that people were willing to buy. Like, you wouldn't think that's that hard to do, but it actually was. So it's been a couple of years. and it is paying off. So I guess that's the thing I'm grateful for today. Join the Discord, link below. Toasty O's says, how much are you following trends? I guess I should mention to you guys, there's a comments and questions thread on Discord. I read those first, give people priority for joining the Discord. You know, it's a little club, a little treehouse kind of thing. How much are you following trends? Is the recent uptick in sales of that Deco Bauhaus wall art enough for you to consider making similar new products? Well, I think I have 30 or 40 designs like that. If more of them were selling, I probably would. I mean, it just depends. If I start selling a ton of them, if I was selling like 3 of them a day or something, I would definitely consider making more. So far, I've sold like 3 in like a month or month and a half or something. That's not quite enough to get my attention. But I mean, I've had items that start selling really well, and that's how it starts. It's like kind of starts small but consistent, and then it starts catching on. So we'll see. Barry Horton on YouTube says, you've got me craving cookies. Not good for the waistline. Well, I apologize for that, sir. Like I said though, join the Discord, link in the description. It's time for gratitude. Let me know what you're grateful for today. What small moments of, what pinpricks of light are adorning the sea of stars. I like to read your comments. I like to give you a heart and an upvote. You guys are the best. Thanks for watching. I will also say, if you want to watch the full playlist from the beginning, link to that in the description as well. There are people that binge watch the episodes. You get to see the whole progression of everything. It's my history, it's my lore. Thanks for watching, and I will see you every day on the M3's 3D channel right here. Peace out.